Hi, Sean Huckster here. Welcome to Magical Little Worlds with me. Tonight we're going to talk about Polly Pocket, again. But this is going to be about games. I'm a gamer. I work in game development. I've been writing games since I was a teenager. I play games. I love toys. This is sort of like a confluence of all those things put together. And this is a set that came out in, let me get the time. Oh, there we go. This was a 2021 Mattel set, and it is an arcade inside of an arcade machine. Now, some toys of recent times have kind of mimicked the idea of a Game Boy, but this is clearly an arcade machine because you've got your coin slot down here. You've got tickets coming out here. Now, when I was younger, my arcade history does not include tickets, but that certainly is more of the modern era. There's a speaker here, a screen, and of the era that this particular one came out, they seem to love putting confetti in the window in the front of these things, and that hasn't changed. You're doing that now with the Peanut set. So let's open it up and find out what's going on. This one is called Race and Rock, and you'll see why in a few minutes. Well, a few seconds, really. So let's open it up and see what's inside. I will tell you one thing. There's a lot in here. It is so much that it's really hard to close this again. I almost got it right, but boy, is it really difficult. So let's get inside. Whoa, already stuff's falling out. So it comes with Polly with a skirt, and she's wearing roller skates. So guess where the Race and Rock comes in? We have a basketball game, which you can flick balls up and they end up in the basket here. And we have a ping pong table or table tennis game. And that's just the things that you can see right now, because I have stashed them all for safekeeping inside the fold-down bowling alley. So that's where everything else is. So I'm going to tip it all out. Hope I didn't lose anything. And there are some things to be careful of here, because I don't know if you just noticed, but I noticed trying to escape a little ball. Put it in here. So there are actually a couple of balls in here, so you got to be very careful. Gently push this aside without too much. Let me pan over a little. Without too much straying of those things. So inside, fold that back up again. Inside, you've got a roller rink. This is kind of cool because this is not just a games arcade. It's like a general kind of amusement arcade. This trophy cup, which has the 1 on it, rotates a track really cleverly. And that's a track for racing. That's the race part of this. Up here, you've got the arcade, where you've got a claw machine. You've got what looks like a pinball machine or something like it, where you fling the ball up and it lands. And then over here, you've got this is a sticker, by the way. You've got two games here. You've got Tetris-ish. I'm sure that's not legally Tetris. And then some kind of match game, maybe. And then a little peg here for things. Up here, you got decorations of game pads and things. Down here, there is a dance game. So like Dance Revolution sort of thing. Over here, there's a shoot at the teddy bear. Is that? That's not Toy Stories. Anyway, not getting there. Stairway to Nowhere. This is fully... I love the pixelization here. It's very much supposed to look like an arcade game itself. The decorations... are meant to look very pixely. And this floor is kind of reminiscent of 90s arcade floors. Not the kind I was frequenting when I was a teenager, but certainly when my child was a teenager. And this is the bowling alley. This folds down. You got a forced perspective sticker there, looking like it's going way down the alley, but in fact it's pretty shallow. But then you got this really cool kind of Brunswick ball retrieval here, and a ramp to actual play bowling. That is the compact, but let's get to the accessories, because there's a fair number of them. By the way, hate this thing. Anyway, let's look at our accessories. We already talked about the basketball. These all fit inside. I'm going to pan down and zoom in a little so we can talk about the actual individual pieces. So this is a little basketball game. You can take your basketball here, which has a little hole in it, by the way, so you can put it on a peg. And then you can flick this up and try. I'm not going to do it, but you can do it. Then we have some decorations. We've got a pixelated heart here, and we've got a pizza. Well, that's not a decoration. That's a pizza, but there are more decorations. So there's a pixelated heart, and another pixelated heart here in pink and yellow. And these are meant to go on side pegs, and there are a few of those. Or you can place them on other pegs as well. What else do we have? We've got bowling pins. And those are intended to go at... Oops, don't want to lose my balls there. Get back here. Get in there. If I put them both in there, will they stay, do you think? So you can take the pins here, and it's a... Oddly enough, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's looks like 5-pin bowling. Actually, 6-pin bowling. That's interesting. I don't think they make such a game. And there's a pin there, so you can place it at the end. Now, of course, you can roll a ball down there, but it's not going to knock those pins over because they're kind of firmly in place there. But, you know, you can pretend. And a character can stand here to bowl. The ball will fit in here rather nicely, though, into the ball return. And it's really kind of fun. It'll just sit there nicely. What else do we have? We have a go-kart. And this, with the peg, can go... Let me see something. Yeah, so this can actually go on... Oh, let's lift the bowling alley up for a minute. This can go on the track as one of the two things on the track. Then you've got a motorcycle. And the motorcycle with a heart on it can be on the other side of the track. And you can actually race around with the car and the motorcycle. That's the race part of the Race and Rock arcade. Then you've got this arcade game here, which is it's 2 controllers, and this can slot into any piece above. Probably meant to go here. Or you know what? It might fit here. It's meant to fit here. It'll go there nicely, yep. And that's got 2 controllers, so you can stand or sit here and play. And this has got 3 games that you can play. As you roll these down, it can pretend to be either of 3 games. And that's kind of fun. You've already seen the table. The table can go... The table fits nicely up here. But it can also fit down here when there's nothing on the track. You can put it right there in the center, which is kind of nice. And you have a pizza. Pizza meant to go on the table over here. This is a bench table, kind of like a picnic table for sitting around having some pizza at the arcade. And we have this cute little bear. This is a bear we've seen in many sets. This time it's white. And it can go... I guess it's intended to be the prize right here. So I guess we can put that here for now. That's the prize you can get when you trade in your tickets. And the last accessory we have is Polly herself. And I need to zoom in on Polly. And there she is. And Polly's got the typical pink hair, kind of rubbery hair with 2 buns tied up at the top. And she does not have roller skates, but she does. So either of these characters can also race around the bowling pin. Sort of the, what is that, a racetrack, I guess. So that is the arcade. I didn't want to just talk about this tonight. I'm actually going to talk about more Polly Pocket games. I'm going to pack these in here, and I'm going to talk about this one. This is one of the many necklaces that can also be a ring, because this will fit on a ring base of the modern era. I actually made my own neck string because I really didn't like the rubber ones that come with this. But this I bought because it was an arcade game. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier. This is designed to look a little bit like a Game Boy. And this one opens up. You see the pixelated heart again, the motif again. And then you've got Polly inside with sunglasses, wearing a lemon. I don't know why, but she's wearing a lemon on her shirt. And that's this arcade game. But there are also functional games. This is a game I bought because I was into collecting space Polly Pocket stuff. And this one was a space game. It has a Saturn here, a rocket, and some stars and hoops. It came without water. You have to put water in. But this is one of those water games where you can play the game by shooting water, and you got to try to get things into this little cup. And let's zoom out just a little bit. Let's open it up and see. So it came with this Polly here. It came with this space Polly, and she's kind of wearing a Darth Vader chest plate, and she's got the blue hair buns as well. But this Polly is not intended to really do anything in here because she can't fit in. Once you put water in here, I mean, I imagine you could put Polly inside. I don't know if that was the original intent, but I guess you could. This one was made in 2020. It has switches on the side, a speaker here. It's intended to look like a Game Boy or a Game There's a volume here. None of this works. There's a switch here, a little connector on the bottom for a headphone, none of which works. It's just for show. But what you do is you put the pieces in, and then you use the water coming out of this little hole here to try to flip the pieces into the cup there. I almost got it there because I was on an angle. It didn't do it. The Polly, I think you could probably put the Polly in there. The hole's big enough. In fact, I think she comes inside here to begin with. And then you can put her in there if you want, but I don't know if that's going to help the game any. And that is the space game. But there are more games. I recently, a couple of months back, sent a fellow collector some extras that I had. I happen to have the brand new, not yet on shelves as far as I knew, takeout reveals, tiny takeout reveals. And I happened upon a Walmart where there was a full box except for one. And I bought all 7, and I opened them, and I had some dupes. And then somebody was looking for some, so I sent them. And then in return, they sent me some things. Some really cool things. And you know who you are, listener, watcher, viewer. I don't want to call you out in public without your permission, so let's talk about what you sent me. I got this game, which is a kind of a basketball sports game. I got this one here, which is a gymnastics game. And I got this one here, which looks like a dog kind of dog park kind of game. So tonight, and I've never opened these, so tonight we're going to open these for the first time. And these are not water games, I don't think. I think you flick here and you try to get the balls somewhere. We'll find out what they do in a second. And I'm going to open all 3, and we're just going to have a quick look at them. Let me zoom out a little. Now, while the package says tiny games, it doesn't actually specify or give these games any specific names. All of them are like that. They all just have the standard box. But I guess we can call it what we want. So what we do, we open up the front, I believe. So like I said, I haven't done this yet. And pull out the insert, which is the protective insert with the characters. You get Polly with a bone on her shirt in ponytails. You get a ring and 4 what look like almost like volleyballs, or I guess they're tennis balls because we're playing with a dog here. Also, it comes with, as you can see from the front, a dog and a fire hydrant. Oh. And these are on pegs, so you can switch these around or move them around. And there's a little place here for Polly, so we're going to strap her in. I don't know if she's part of the game as such. I don't quite know what the ring does. Maybe it's a hula hoop that she's supposed to... let me try to see if it's a hula hoop she can stand like so. I'm not entirely sure. And then if we place her on the little... I'm just going to throw the hula hoop side. I don't know if it has something to do with the game, but because there are no instructions. And then you place Polly here, and then Polly can be seen kicking the ball. So you throw the 4 balls in and close it up. And now you see how the gravity feeds the ball into the... Oh, you know what? I figured it out. Oh, I figured it out. The ring goes in the dog's mouth. Like I said, without instructions, you're kind of finding out this the way I am. So the ring is for the... I was wondering where the balls go. I thought if you're going to throw rings, you could throw the rings onto the dog or the hydrant, and they would land there. But this is not the point. The point is the dog carries the ring. And you have to get the balls through the ring. Oh, come on. Like so. I got to warn you, though. The ring is not in that mouth very strongly. It falls out very easily. So I guess you roll this until a ball gravity feeds onto the flinger. And then you goes like so. And you have to realize I'm holding this on a bit of an angle so you can see it. And you try to get the ball. And look, gravity brings it right back. It's great. So that's game 1, which is kind of fun. It's like a dog park throwing tennis balls to your dog. Second game, let's look at the gymnast game. And so like before, you open up the front panel and you take out, I went a little too far. This is using the standard Polly hinges, so if they do pop out, no problem, just put them right back in. Let's pull out the accessories and have a look at them. And here are our accessories. Again, you get 4 balls, similarly colored, not quite the same, but mostly the same. And then you've got a balance beam, obviously. And what this is a ribbon. It's a gymnastics ribbon. So you can take, let me just pour the balls in there so I don't lose them. The dynamics are basically the same. She's got the rubber hair. I kind of like it. She's wearing, the more you know, on her shirt. And she can wear her ribbon or carry her ribbon in her hand, I believe. Let's put it this way. like so, and be a gymnastic ribbon thrower. And then you can place her, onto the same kind of clip that Polly had from the previous game. Oh, she's lost her little thing. That's fine. We'll put it on later. And then put her on the clip. And now she gets to kick balls up to this ring, which is already in place. And this ring looks like it could swing a little, but with the door closed, it's not really going to change much. But this then can go on the pegs right here. I have no idea how that affects the game, and maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. So same as before. Oh, you know, that thing's got to come out. I think the ribbon needs to stay on her hand, but because it didn't, it was getting in the way, so I took it out. So there you go. Again, you just flick these balls and try to get them into the ring. A bit more difficult than I thought. Oh, I got one. And that's the second game. Now we'll go up in the third game. The third game is the basketball game. And you'll notice the balls are slightly different because these are molded to be basketballs. Why has one got ridges all over it? Ooh, interesting. All right, we'll open this up and check this one out. And as the other two, you open this up and pull out the insert. Accessories include a Polly, 4 balls again, only these are basketballs, a gym bag, and a basketball net. The basketball net, I assume, is going to be our goal, so we'll have to put that into place. We have all the things in place. Now we can place Polly on the clip as always, and she can be seen to kick the balls, close it up, and start playing. So here we go. Try to get... I imagine this is going to be more difficult because there's more headroom than there's room for the net. So this one might be a bit of a challenge. Probably a bit more so than the other two. Because there's not a lot of throw up before you hit the roof. And then you kind of have to rebound down. But I think that's kind of fun. And that is the third game. So I'm going to pan down. And that is Polly Pocket and Games. The arcade, the space game, the dog park game, the gymnastics game, and the basketball game. There are others. There are more of these games available out there. These are just the ones I got. And thanks to my fellow fan who sent me these, I sent her something for free. She didn't have to respond, but she did. So I'm very grateful. And that's it for me for tonight. So for hidden behind all this, for Sean Huxter, this has been Magical Little Worlds. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.